What do you do when the song is in the wrong key? You gotta transpose it. I'm gonna show you how to do that quick and easy right now. Let's go. Hey, it's Ryan from simplybetterpiano.com, and sometimes you're playing a song and it's just a little too high or too low for your voice. Or sometimes you get into rehearsal and you realize another member of the band brought a chart in the wrong key. In both of these situations, you want to be able to transpose the song or change the key. That way it can be in a comfortable place in your voice, and everyone in the band can be reading it in the same key. It's a pretty easy and straightforward process if you know a couple of things. First, you need to know the major scale of the original key, the key that you're transposing it from. And second, you need to know the major scale of the key you're transposing it to. Let's take a look at the example that I have. We're going to look at Graves into Gardens. Now, Graves into Gardens on the recording is in the key of B major, and it's just a little too high for my voice to sing comfortably. So I'm going to show you the process of transposing it down to the key of G, which is a much more comfortable place to sing it. And in order to be free to be able to transpose a song to any key, you have to be able to play chords in any key. And I'd like to give you something that will help you be able to do that. It's called the Quick Start Chord Guide. It's a free PDF download that has step-by-step instructions for how to play the 5 most common types of chords in music and how to play them in all 12 keys. Download the guide for free at simplybetterpiano.com/guide. It'll really help you out. Okay, so Graves into Gardens is in the key of B major, and the key of B major looks like this. The scale is B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, and then B again on the top. Let's give each of those scale steps a number. B is 1, C sharp is 2, D sharp is 3, E is 4, F sharp is 5, G sharp is 6, and A sharp is 7. And let's look at the first chords in Graves into Gardens. So the intro, it has B and then E/B, or an E chord in the right hand with a B bass note in the left hand. So the first chord is a B major chord, and that is a chord that's built on the first note of the B major scale. So we can call that the 1 chord because it's built on the 1 step, the first step of the scale. We're transposing the song to the key of G major, so let's look at that scale. The G major scale is G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp. And in the key of G, the 1 chord is built on the G note. So it's a G major chord because the root of G major is G, which is the first step in the G major scale. So on this chart, everywhere that it says B, we can cross that out and write G because instead of a B chord, we're going to write a G chord. Just like this. You just cross it out and just write a G. I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and I'll see you after I've done it. Okay, so I've replaced all the B chords with G. If you take a look, I've just crossed out all the B's and replaced them with handwritten G's all the way up and down the chart. And I know I'm doing it electronically here, but you can do it with a pencil on a paper chart, or if you have access to the document, like the Word document or Google Doc that the chart is created in, you can change the chords that way. Okay, let's look at the next chord. The next chord in our chart in the key of B is this E chord, and it's an E/B. So E is the 4th step of the B major scale. Watch, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's E. So our E major chord is the 4 chord in the key of B. So now let's find the 4 chord in the key of G. Key of G, 1, 2, 3, 4. C. So C major is the 4 chord in the key of G. This whole process is a lot easier if you know your major scales, so start learning them. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to replace all of the E's in this chart with C's. So I can just cross this out and I put a C. Now slash, now this said B, but B has now become G in the new key. So we can actually put C/G. So when I replaced all the B chords, I could have also replaced all the B's behind the slash with a G, but I didn't, but now I'm going to. So let's look at the next E. Let's find just an E all by itself. Right here, we can just cross that out and put a C just like that. So now I'm going to do the whole chart, and I'll see you after I do it. Okay, so I have replaced all of the E's with C's and all the E/B's with C/G's. So let's take a look here. So I have a bunch of C's and G's all the way through the chart. All right, there's only 2 more chords we're going to change. Let's take a look. The next one is this G sharp minor here. Now let's find out which scale step in the key of B G sharp minor is. So B is 1, C sharp is 2, D sharp is E is 4, F sharp is 5, G sharp is 6. So the G sharp minor chord is the 6th chord in B major. Let's find out what the 6th chord is in G major. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. E minor. E minor is the 6th chord in the key of G major. So let's go through and cross out all the G sharp minors and replace them with E minors. I'm going to do that now, and I'll see you after I do it. Okay, as you can see, I've crossed all these out now. I've changed all the G sharp minors to E minors all the way through all the different sections of this song. Every time I saw a G sharp minor, I just crossed it out and made it into an E minor. All right, there's only one more chord to look at, and it's this F sharp 4 chord. Let's find out which scale step in the key of B F sharp is. Here we go. B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. F sharp. F sharp major is the 5 chord in B major. So now let's find out what the 5 chord is in G. Here we go. Here's G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. D. D major is the 5 chord in the key of G major. So everywhere it says F sharp, I'm going to cross that out and put a D. If you want, you can put the 4 next to the D, but I'm not going to worry about it right now because I'll remember to play the 4 if I want to or leave it out. It's kind of optional. All right, I'll see you after I do that. All right, I'm back and I have replaced all of the F sharps with Ds, like this one right there. You can see that one is now a D. And in fact, now that we've gone through the whole song, you can see the entire song, every single chord is crossed out and replaced with the chord in the key of G. So let's try it a little bit. Let's try this intro. We'll kind of see how it sounds here. So instead of being in the key of B, I searched the world, but it couldn't fill me. We're going to go down to the key of G now. All right, here's the intro. G, C/G, back to G. Here's verse 1. I searched the world, but it couldn't fill me. And man's empty praise and treasures that fade are never enough. That's much better for my voice. So if you have a song that doesn't quite feel right in your voice, maybe it's a little too high or a little too low, or like I said, you have a group of musicians playing together and they don't all have the song in the same key, try transposing it like this. Remember, you need to have 2 pieces of information. 1 is the major scale for the old key, the key that's the bad key, and 2, the major scale of the good key, the new key that you're changing it to. So definitely start practicing and learning your major scales and learn how to play the 5 most common types of chords you'll find in worship in all 12 keys with the Quick Start Chord Guide. It's totally free. Find that at simplybetterpiano.com/guide. Otherwise, keep practicing, keep worshiping, keep getting better every day, and I'll see you in the next video.